I am 72 years old. My own son stole every cent I had and left me to rot in a shelter for the homeless. He thought I was just a weak old woman who would quietly curl up and disappear into silence. He was wrong. The last 12 months of my life, I dedicated entirely to dismantling everything he built. And I am not finished yet, because the person you gave life to may be the very person who is quietly planning to take your life away from you, not with a weapon, with a pen, with your own signature on a piece of paper you never read. I grew up in a family that believed in two things above everything else: hard work and loyalty. My mother scrubbed floors until her knees gave out. My father worked double shifts at a factory for 30 years. I believed that for 70 years. I was wrong for every single one of them. It started in 2024. My husband of 43 years had just died. When he went, I did not just lose a husband. I lost the architecture of my daily life. Grief does something to your judgment. It creates gaps in your thinking where there used to be walls. My son came to me 3 weeks after the funeral. His name is David, and I had loved him without calculation. I skipped vacations and worn the same coat for 7 years so that he could have opportunities. He arrived at my door with a folder of papers and the same smile I had trusted for 40 years. I did not put on my glasses. I looked at him, and I saw the little boy I had rocked to sleep. 60 days later, my house had been sold. My bank accounts had been emptied to zero. He changed the locks on the house I had lived in for 31 years and left my suitcases on the sidewalk. I spent 3 nights sleeping in my car. Those 3 nights in the cold metal of that car changed something in me. The woman who baked his birthday cakes needed to die so that I could survive. Martha was one of my closest friends for over 20 years. Her daughter did to her almost exactly what David did to me. Martha ended her days in a state care facility. What remained was a single plastic bag with worn clothing. I understood in that moment that mercy is for the innocent. My son was not innocent. I took that money and I hired the most relentless attorney in the city. I wanted justice. I made certain that everyone who had shaken his hand and trusted his word knew what he had done. I took from him the reputation he valued above everything, because a man like David lives in the opinion of others. Love is a feeling and a signature is a legal fact. Never mix the two. Never sign any document that you have not reviewed independently with a lawyer who works for you. Blood does not guarantee loyalty. Greed transforms people into strangers. When I froze his accounts and filed a police report, he came back because he was terrified of losing his standing. You owe them nothing, especially not your silence. If your child commits a crime, they are no longer operating as your child. Today I live in a small apartment, but my dignity came back to me. If your children manage your finances, require full accounting for every transaction. Suspicion saves lives. We smile at gatherings and say everything is fine because we cannot bear to let the image crack. Old age is not the time for mercy toward those who betrayed you. Surround yourself with people who value your mind. Go and look at your financial documents. Look at who has power of attorney over your affairs. In our final conversation, my son screamed at me that I had destroyed his career and his reputation. I looked him directly in the eyes, and I told him that I had simply returned to him the emptiness he had been preparing for me. We have not spoken in 6 months. It is the most peaceful period of my life. There is no more fear. The silence between us is not painful. It is clean. Old age is not the time for